All right, quick video about the 5 lessons that I learned in 2023 about business, life in general. I think a lot of you guys can relate to this, especially if you're a young person that is starting a business or want to start a business. So, just gonna go a little bit over that and explain. So, I can explain 2023. 2023 was a mix of probably the best year of my life and at the same time the hardest. So 2023 is the year where I became a full-time business owner. I translated from being a student, being in school, to actually running my own business, and that's the full-time focus. It was the first time that I kind of felt free in a way. So, and when I say free, is that I could work wherever I wanted, be wherever I wanted, whenever I wanted. And that for me was freedom. But I'm gonna go a little bit over on why I wasn't free. But I felt free in 2023, absolutely. So, so it was the year that I fully went into business and created a team with people. Um, felt the responsibility of actually, because when you have people in your team, you are responsible for them. So it's a lot of responsibility at the same time, but it's the translation from being a student to actually going full time as a business owner, where I felt free. Is kind of the year that basically started everything for me, I would say. So the first life lesson I got of 2023 is don't get emotional, be stoic. So stoic means that you can go through pain, hardens, through challenges without really showing any type of emotion, right? And a lot of people will disagree with that. You should show your emotions and that. And yes, I do agree. It's okay to cry once in a while. There's no problem with that. But at the same time, you need to be a stoic within a business. You need to be a stoic in your life, 90% of the time. And the reason why is because, especially in business, when things go good, you kind of need to be, yeah, kind of like expect it. Don't be like too emotional. Don't be like too sad. Don't be too happy either. When things are going good, don't be too happy. Don't be like giddy about it. You know, you got your first client and he's paying you crazy amounts of money or something. Don't be too happy about it. Be controlled. Be kind of like, yeah, that's kind of like what I expected. That's what I expected from myself. Let's keep growing. And at the same time, if bad things are happening in the business and bad things are happening in your life, you need to be like, okay, that's okay. I've handled problems before. I will control the situation and solve the problem. So it's really important to be a stoic. Don't get too happy. Don't get too sad either. You kind of have to be in control all the way, right? That's the best. One of the best tips I've actually gotten, and it's helped me, especially now year for you 2024 as well, into my own life and into my business. The second point is time is money. So time is money because you need to delegate responsibility towards things because you need to focus on the right things to move the needle forward, right? And you have 24 hours every single day. That's what I have at least. And you need to pick carefully and choose wisely on what you should spend your time on, right? So that's really, really important. How can you delegate? What do you spend your most time on, and what should you not spend time? Maybe you need to spend more time with your girlfriend. Maybe you need to spend more time. If you look at the business perspective, maybe you need to spend more time doing sales and not doing marketing. All right. So time is money. You need to build that leverage. Right. It's gonna go a little bit onto my point four, but you need, how can you 10x the input of work without you actually doing it? Or you can do it, but you need help. So you need to build a leverage for it to give the biggest output. How can you scale without you actually being there? So Time is money. If you can, let's say, if you do 100 sales calls every single month, for example, and you have another guy that has taught 10 people to do 100 sales calls themselves in your team, now you have the leverage. Now you have the input. But he's not working a single day on sales calls, but he has 10 other people doing 100 sales calls every single day. Like, who has the most leverage? Who has the most input, right? It's going to be the person that has 10 people in your sales team that he's helped. So if you spend the most amount of time building, learning others, and building the right systems and SOPs, you will actually have way more leverage without working harder, let's say. So time is money. You need to find out what you need to spend your time on. Okay? That's what I've learned, and that is something that I'm gonna carry towards the rest of my life. Right. Number 3. Earlier in this video, I said that I felt free in a way in 2023, but I wasn't free. You are not free. I was a slave. And I know the word slave is used a lot on platforms like TikTok, Instagram Reels with big influencers like Andrew Tate and Escape the Matrix and Escape from the Rat Race and all these stupid terms like this. And the reason why I'm saying that I was a slave is because, yes, I had my own business. Yes, I had money. Yes, I could be wherever I wanted, whenever I wanted. But I was still working 12 to 16 hours every single day. So for me, you're not free. you're a slave towards your own business, right? So it was almost a hard pill to swallow on that one, because you work so hard just to become free. That was at least my goal when I first started my business, was to become free, have some type of freedom. That was why I started my business. So that leads kind of like into my next point, which is number 4, that you cannot do it alone. If you want to become free, if you want to work whenever you want, and you want to work maybe 2 hours, 5 days a week, and you still have a great business running, then you can maybe call yourself free, right? When you can focus on the things you want to do, and you do what you love, and you do when you want, wherever you want in the world, then you are free. That's my definition of free, but that might not be your definition of free, and that's totally fine. Right? Maybe your type of free is to stay in the same place and have vacation 1 or 2 times a year and have the same job, and after the job you can come home to your wife and kids and have a beautiful life. That can be a great freedom for you, right? So, but my type of freedom is not that. But yeah, leading back into the point 4, you cannot do it alone. If you want to scale, if you want to do something big, you need great people around you, and the people around you is actually the people who are going to push the needle. I always say you don't have a good business until you can step out of your business and it grows by itself. Then you have a good business. So I don't have a good business, and 99% of other businesses aren't good either. You know, a lot of businesses has to be, the CEO of the company has to be there for it to grow or to stay or whatever, right? You need to build a system, such a good team, such a good culture of winning, that you can, the CEO of the company or the owner of the company, whatever, can step out and not be there, and it will still grow without them being there, right? And a lot of businesses relies on the CEO, which is totally fine. I'm not like, this is my life lessons. You don't have to take this in. You know, this is just my perspective on things, right? So, and the last thing I'm going to go over is number 5, is focus on what you can control, right? So what a lot of people do, and what I did a little bit in 2023, is to focus on the things that I couldn't control. So the things I couldn't control is, for example, if a client said yes or no. I can't control that, right? I cannot control if that guy says yes to me. I cannot control if the total sales of the e-commerce store goes up, but What can I control? I can control the hard work. I can control the labor that I put in. I can control the input that I was talking about, the leverage. It's a saying that the harder you work, the luckier you get, which is a great saying. It's a lot of rich people, it's a lot of successful people, and it's a lot of people saying that, oh yeah, he or she, he got lucky. He got very, very lucky, which is probably a little bit true. But you need to remember all the 10,000 hours before that where he or she didn't get lucky, right? So the harder you work, the luckier you get. But it's really important that you have a mentor, you have somebody to learn from, which is gonna help you succeed faster. So what I mean by this is that the harder you work on the right thing, the luckier you will get, right? So that was it. That's the 5 life lessons or business lessons in 2023 that I learned, that I have 100% taken with me until 2024, and will obviously take it for the rest of my life. So yeah, bye.